Mike McCool here in the Royal Examiner studio, and with me today is I have a whole bunch of ladies here with me, but they're going to talk about a very important thing. They're from an organization called Bridge of Hope. Mandy here. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, Mandy?
My name is Mandy McCarthy. I'm the chair of Bridge of Hope Greater Warren.
Okay.
And I'm Nina Thayer. I am on the board and the a fundraiser committee of the Bridge of Hope.
Okay.
And I'm Pastor Ingrid Chenoweth, and I'm the secretary and treasurer for Bridge of Hope Greater Warren.
Okay. Tell us where you work at.
And I work at Good Shepherd Lutheran Church.
We have to give a plug
Subway.
in there, right? Thank you. So what's Bridge of Hope? Tell us a little bit, Mandy, what the Bridge of Hope is all about.
All right, so Bridge of Hope is a national nonprofit that is Christian faith-based that provides housing to homeless single families. It does a wraparound support, so it not only provides the housing, we do provide them with a case manager that helps them budget, set goals, determine if they want to take a class, to get a better paying job, if they need a car, things like that. And then they do get neighboring volunteers that help be kind of that support system for them.
Right, and we started this here in Warren County?
Yes, sir, we did.
All right.
We were official last April.
Okay. And what have we done so far?
We've done lots of fundraising so far.
That's a lot of money, doesn't it?
Yes. So we've raised quite a bit of funds. We still need to raise more because we do have to hire a case manager. Bridge of Hope provides housing for up to a year, so we need to make sure that we have that money there to support a family for a year. So we've been doing that. We've been getting our name and our word out to those in the community, and then strengthening our board, learning what it takes to make this foundation solid and secure.
Okay, so we have an event coming up here real soon,
Yeah.
a fundraising event. Who wants to tell me about that?
So on Sunday, the wonderful Front Royal Presbyterian Church on Luray Avenue has donated their space, and not only their space, but their time. These gentlemen are going to put on a live jazz concert, so we were calling it a benefit concert, sure. And they are donating their time, and that is just absolutely wonderful. So it's from 3 to 6 on Sunday, and we're also going to have a silent auctions, and we have quite a few businesses in the community that have donated, and I'm still collecting, so if anybody sees this and wants to donate something, we would love that too. But Fusel's Florist has donated, and Down Home Bakery is going to make a pie for us, and Vine and Leaf is going to make a basket, and White Picket Fence. We've got a wine tour from Michael Williams, and I'm getting a package together to have a night on Main Street. Sure. So a movie and dinner and ice cream, of course.
Of course. Sure.
And I've got some pottery from Arlene Andy and a beautiful piece from her husband, Michael Whited. It's a butterfly that he has drawn, and it's framed.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's beautiful.
Yes, and Scott Turnmeyer is going to give us something. We've got a couple of things from that the other board members have gotten. Stone Bow Studios, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Yes. Mm-hmm. They're going to donate like cleaning service, clean your whole house type of thing.
Actually, that's one of the realtors.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah,
Oh,
Stonebow
yes.
Studios is doing discounted home design
Oh,
for
that's
custom or renovation.
Well, it all goes
Custom
together.
home Yeah.
And, this group that's going to be performing is called the Saturday Morning Brass Project. I think on this Sunday we need to change their name to the Saturday Afternoon Brass Project.
Sunday afternoon,
If you've ever seen a brass, I want to say orchestra, it's really interesting, and it's very entertaining, and they're very good. And so I want to recommend people to do that. Tell us a little about when this is. Who's got the time in their head?
So
I got it wrote down right here if you can't see.
It's this Sunday, 3 to 6 p.m. at the Front Royal Presbyterian Church,
Right.
On Luray Avenue. So come at 3. The music will start. We'll share a little bit about Bridge of Hope and who we are, followed by more music, and then a reception and the silent auction afterwards.
Oh, so it's a whole afternoon of fun and
Yes.
and doing good work here in our community. You're right. Homelessness is. They always say if we miss our paycheck for 2 weeks, we'll be on the street. And I think it's getting down to less and less time.
Yes.
I heard you before we started, you mentioned something about children homeless.
Yeah.
What was that?
So our local school system has identified, a couple of years ago, they did a study to see how many homeless children there are in our area. And they identified 95, which is quite a lot, especially
Sure.
when we think about these are kids, we probably know them, we probably know some of the folks in their families.
Right.
And so we're here to help make sure that those kids can grow up in the best possible circumstances and not have two strikes against them before they even get out in the world.
Sure. And
Want to take care of our
and we
kids.
have so many families, families of 4 living in a single room in a motel. And I think I mentioned to you, I see the school bus stop now has stops in front of motels because there's so many kids living in there, and it's really a shame that. And again, sometimes no fault of their own, that happens.
It's certainly the no fault of the kids.
Right, it's definitely
absolutely.
no fault of
So
the kids.
that's who we're trying to reach and help, and parents of course too. But the kids is who we would like to save from a life of poverty.
Sure. So how do you go about finding this housing?
So we work with landlords directly. So we don't build our own building. We work directly with the landlords in this area. So we do need landlords to partner with us
So,
also.
but you're kind of like guaranteeing the rent.
That's correct.
Exactly.
Right.
So-
Okay, that makes a big difference.
That
doesn't it?
absolutely does.
Yes.
Have you ever been a landlord?
Yeah.
And when,
So the case manager works with them. But yes, Bridge of Hope is guaranteeing that this rent will be paid for such amount of time. And then the case manager works with each individual family and determines, do we need to pay 100% for 3 months so that you can get a car or take a class?
Sure.
And then slowly work down from there. And so it wants to look like a pendulum where eventually, by the time they graduate, the family's able to fully pay 100% of their rent.
Right. So you're not doing for people, you're giving them a helping hand
Yeah.
and giving them the tools that they need so they don't get back in that situation.
And surrounding them with people that want to help them and see them be successful.
Yeah. So many times we get, I'm from the government and I'm here to help you. You don't get a whole lot of help, either to do it their way or the highway, And so sometimes I think we need, and a lot of our community organizations do that, they're giving you that helping hand.
Yeah.
And I think that's what people want. I mean, they don't want to be done for, we have a few, but most people in general just don't know where to go, don't know to turn to. I've got this situation, I just don't know how to get out of it. And we mentioned the hotel. People are living there, but that's what they've discovered and found because that's all there is. And they've taken that step, and it's hard living in a motel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even when
And
you're not
expensive.
homeless,
Yeah.
That's
living
right.
there for a week.
And it's very hard to get ahead
Yep, you
once you're
can't.
paying that fee to live there. It's very hard to save money so that you can.
Yeah, you're spending almost all your
It's
income
much
on
higher.
housing, much higher because you don't have that first and last month rent, and all you need is a little help. I can pay the
Yeah.
rent, but I just can't get in.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
And it's been shown that you can't use the higher functioning parts of your brain to educate yourself or think outside the box or things like that when your primal needs and necessities
Yeah.
aren't taken care
you're
of.
just all you're in is survival mode.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And all I worry about is right now.
Yeah.
If I can get past this day, then I'll work tomorrow. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our county has lots of wonderful nonprofit organizations who are helping
Right.
people, but there is no shelter that accepts children because of different things that
Sure.
are required for that. So,
Right.
helping kids who might be homeless is a huge need in our
Right.
community.
Well, you found a niche that needs to be filled, and that's great. And you're doing this benefit on Sunday afternoon. That's the 24th of September, 3:00 to go till about 6. Right? You're going to have a nice little time there. I'm sure you'll have a few little speeches to do and
Yes.
fill people in and encourage them to dig deep.
And there will be food.
Oh, well, you got to have food, yeah. But and I think people need a little encouragement. Bring them out, and you'll be around a group of people of like-minded.
Sure.
And I think that helps too when you're, you don't mind helping. All and said, well, I don't want to do it by myself, and then you go to places like this. Wow, there's a lot of people just like me, and
Yes.
that's what you want. And you'll have some nice entertainment by this Saturday morning brass project. I think that. You really will enjoy a brass orchestra, and it's great. It's just amazing, and all the parts that they play, and especially those ones on the bottom end. They got these big things that they tuba type thing. It's so cool. Well, I want to see what we can do to help your organization. We'll try to get the word out. We'll get all the information below in the story where you can reach them and make your donations. Find out more about the projects that they have coming forward. Anything else you want to mention that we didn't talk about?
Yeah, you could just find us on Facebook, Bridge of Hope Greater Warren.
All right. We'll do that. We'll list all those things. And we want to, and again, you're always looking for volunteers, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a good work. I'll put all the information. If you're looking for, if this is something that you're interested in, get a hold of Mandy. She'll take care of you. All right. Thanks
Hey.
again, ladies. I really appreciate
Hey,
you coming
thanks,
in.
Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.